welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video we'll be looking at likely WAEC 2025 questions and answers for geography. So we'll be attempting all these questions, and mind you, these are not live questions, they are just predicted questions, so just likely questions that you can add up to whatever you are studying. And before I move to this question, I'm so excited to announce to you that this our channel is now a monetized channel. So this Math Chem tutorial channel is now a monetized channel. We got monetized today, and I really appreciate your support by sharing our videos, giving us like thumbs, subscribing to our channels. It really go a very long way. God bless you, and may God continue to increase your knowledge. And please continue to support us. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And by the way, we now have a membership forum. So if you check this channel very well, you will see whereby you can join our membership forum. So we have so many packages for you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate to celebrate these achievements. If you have any educative materials you are selling and you want me to help you to advertise it in my next video, or if you are a school owner, or probably you are a proprietor and you want me to help you to advertise your school in my next video, so please let me know under the comment section. We really appreciate your support, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you. Now let's go to the question. So question number 1 says that the question is in A and B for this question number 1. So A says that we should identify 4 functions of cities in the world. So one of the 4 functions of city in the world is that, let me write solution. So number 1 for the A, so one of the 4 functions is that number 1 is that it is used for mining. So that's number 1. Another one you can have is that it's used for commercial purposes such as markets. You understand? So they use city for market. So for commercial purposes, or they use it for what? Market. It's used for market. And another one is that another function of a city is that it is used for educational purposes. So for educational purposes, Now another one we have is that was used for residential area or satellite town. So residential area, or what? Satellite town. Now let me add one more. Okay, we can also use function of a city in the world. We also use for provision of social amenities. Yeah, so used for provision of social amenities. Now moving to the B part. So for the B part says that state 4 factors that favor the growth of settlement. So one of the 4 factors that favor the growth of settlement is that availability of water. When there is water, that's number 1. Availability of what? Of water. So availability of water is the first one. Another one is security. Yeah, security. Another factor we have is that economic opportunity is also one of it. Economic opportunities. Okay. We are asked to state 4. Another one we have is good transportation. Yeah, so if there's good transportation, it's going to favor the growth of settlement. So good transportation. So those are the 4 factors that favor the growth of settlement. Now let's move to question 2. Now for question 2 says that we should the A says that we should state 2 advantages of industrialization in Nigeria. having an industry in Nigeria. What are the advantages? Just to number one, everybody, even this question is a very simple question that even if you know it, you should be able to tackle this question. So one of it is that employment creation. So that's solution. So number one is employment creation. So meaning that it's going to create job. So for job creation like that, for job opportunity. So the number two thing you have here is that reduction of importation, or we say reduction in importation. So reduction in importation. That means it's going to reduce the importing of foreign exchange to the country. It's also one of it. Let me add one more. Another one is that economic growth. Yeah, because if there is industry, then the economy of this Nigeria is going to develop. So economic growth. Okay, now let's move to the B part. The B part says that we should state 4 problems that retard industrialization in Nigeria. So to that, now for the B part, then that will be, for the B part, the answer is going to be number 1. Okay, you can see that from the question we were asked to explain. We are asked to explain 4 problems that retard industrialization in Nigeria. So one of it is that inadequate power is one of the problems. That's power supply. Inadequate power. So if you are asked to explain that, you can just explain it briefly by saying it causes frequent shutdown. So it will cause frequent shutdown. Causes frequent shutdown. So that's number 1. Now another one we have is that bad roads. Bad road is a good example for that. Bad roads. So if you ask to explain it, that will be it will affect transport of goods. So that one, it will affect transport of goods. So another one we can have is low capital. Yeah, we don't have enough money, so it's going to retard industrialization. So low capital. Remember, capital is money we used to start up a business, or capital is like the money we used to invest. So now if you ask to explain, you can just explain it briefly that when there's no enough money to invest, so not enough money or no enough money to invest. Okay, one more is that another thing we can write here is that in terms of imports. So because in this country we import things a lot. So too much of imports, like if you are relying more on foreign materials, it's going to retard our industrialization. So like if you are putting our mind on foreign materials, so for we to have industry, to be too bad. So too much reliance on foreign materials. If you have to explain it, so that would be too much reliance on foreign materials. Too much reliance on foreign materials. Now let's move to question number 3. Question number 3 here says that the A said that we should state 2 objectives of Economic Community of West African States, that is ECOWAS. So 2 functions of ECOWAS. Okay, now for the solution. Now the two functions of ECOWAS is that they promote economic cooperation among member states. So they promote economic cooperation among member states, among member states. So another objective of them is that they ensure free movement of people and goods. So they ensure free movement of people and goods. They ensure free movement of people and goods. Now for the B parts, it says identify 4 problems hindering the achievement of the objectives of ECOWAS. Okay, we should know that number 1 that will affect them from this is politics. So that is number 1. Even that one safe, you should not think it twice. In this Nigeria. And you know that what happened in Nigeria is also the same thing happening to them in the whole of Africa too. So especially in this West Africa, to be precise. Ghana, Sierra Leone, Gambia, Liberia, African countries generally, they have the same thing in common. So one of it is that political instability in member states. So political instability in member states. Instability in member states. Now another one we can put here is language differences. Yeah, that's also one of it too. Language differences. So we can also say poor transportation network is also among poor transportation network. So another thing we can put here, another problem hindering the achievement of objective of ECOWAS is that unequal economic development, unequal economic development, or you say economic development. So unequal economic development. Okay, and let's move to question number 4. Now for question number 4 here, it says that write explanatory notes on the following: A, population density; B, birth rate; and C, optimum population. So what is population density? Okay, so that would be population density. So population density is the number of people living in a given area. So they are usually per square kilometer. So population density is the number of people living in a given area, living in a given area. So they are usually per square kilometer. And what about birth rate? Birth rate is the number of babies born per 1,000 people in a year. So that's it. So that one is the number of babies born per 1,000 in a year. So the third one is optimum population. So that optimum population, that one is just an ideal number of people that the country resources can support for good living condition. So that's the meaning of optimum population. So that's ideal number of people. Ideal number of people that the country's resources can support for good living condition. So that's that. Now let's move to the last question. That's question number 5. Question number 5. Number 5 says that A, at least 4 modes of transportation. Very simple. Very simple. That 5A is so simple. So number 1 is what? Road transportation. Another one is rail transportation. That's what we know, that railway has train, but you don't write train, you write rail transportation. You write water transportation, and the last one is air transportation. So that is very simple. That one is a very bonus mark. So if you come out in exam, know that is a bonus thing. Just smash it once. Now 5B. Identify 4 constraints to inland water navigation. So one of it is problem of piracy. Yeah, that's it. That's number 1. Very common. So problem of piracy. Another one we can have in that big part is slow speed. Yeah, slow speed. We can also have non-flexibility. Yeah, non-flexibility is also a good thing there. Non-flexibility. Okay, you have to identify 4. You can also say poor maintenance culture and poor management. So poor maintenance culture. Let me add one more. That'll be poor management. That's poor management. Now I write a note here. I said notes. Learn about Nigerian map very well. So these are the 5 questions I have for you. Add it up to whatever you are studying. It's actually help you in your exam. I didn't say these are live questions. These are just like likely questions, as you can see it here. So they are predicted likely questions that you should add up to whatever you are reading. I wish you best of luck in your exam. By God's grace, your geography is going to give you A1 in your WAEC. Yeah, not B, not C, not D, not E, not F. A1 by God's grace. Thank you so much for your support. We are now a monetized channel. Please share this video to each and every student you know. Help over 1 million students writing geography. This might help them in their exam. Bye.